If you have been busy today, don't worry. Here's everything that happened across Jamaica. This is Jamaica Daily Brief for Thursday, July 2nd. Let's start with some genuinely good news. Jamaica has officially been ranked the most peaceful country in the Caribbean. According to the latest Global Peace Index, Jamaica now ranks 70th out of 163 countries and territories worldwide, ahead of Trinidad and Tobago, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, and Haiti. The timing is interesting because it does come days after some more encouraging news from the government. Deputy Prime Minister and National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says murders are down 23% compared with the same period last year. He also says that if the current trend continues, Jamaica could finish 2026 with fewer than 600 murders, something that would mark one of the country's lowest annual totals in decades. NHT has doubled the number of homes reserved for contributors aged 35 and under, increasing the allocation from 10 to 20% in every development. Young contributors buying on the open market can also access up to $2 million dollars from their NHT loan entitlements to help cover their deposit. There are also new mortgage interest rates concession for qualifying teachers, nurses, members of the security forces, while the waiting period for the home improvement loans has been reduced from 7 years down to 5. Also, with the hurricane season underway, the Hurricane Relief Loan Program has been extended through to March of next year, 2027. And moving on to two stories that could affect your wallet. The full 16% fare increase for licensed public passenger vehicles is now officially in effect across the island. Meanwhile, concerns are being raised that changes affecting the Financial Services Commission could eventually lead to higher insurance premiums. Opposition finance spokesman Julian Robinson argues that higher regulatory costs for insurance companies may ultimately be passed on to customers. The government has not said premiums will automatically increase, but it's certainly something to keep an eye on. And switching gears, Canada is quickly becoming one of Jamaica's fastest growing visitor markets. Porter Airlines, Air Canada, and WestJet are all expanding flights from more Canadian cities into Montego Bay, giving Jamaica access to a much broader Canadian market. Tourism remains one of Jamaica's most important industries, so continued growth benefits not just the hotels but thousands of Jamaicans whose livelihood depend on visitors. And while we're talking about Mobay, Mayor Richard Vernon has become the first Jamaican selected to serve on the steering group of the Coastal Cities Coalition, giving the city a seat at the table where global leaders are discussing climate resilience and the future of coastal communities. Now to the courts. After years of delays, the Caribbean Maritime University fraud case is now expected to move forward on October 5th. Among those charged are former CMU President Professor Fritz Pinnock and former Education Minister Roel Reid. All of the accused have pleaded not guilty, and the court has indicated there will be no more unnecessary postponements. In a separate matter, the corruption case involving Royal Reid is also expected to resume later this year. Before we wrap up, however, here are a few other headlines worth knowing. The Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Associations has signed a partnership with Devry University, giving employees of member companies access to degree programs and significant tuition discounts. The Jamaica Post has temporarily suspended outbound mail to European Union countries following new custom rules that came into effect this week. Mail to the United Kingdom, however, does remain unaffected. And the completion date for the Cornwall Regional Hospital has once again been pushed back, with full restoration now expected in March of 2027. And to close us out today, police are reminding Jamaicans to think very carefully before allowing someone to else to buy or register property in their name. The warning follows the arrest of a Clarendon woman linked to an alleged $250 million money laundering investigation. Investigators say agreeing to hold property for someone else without knowing where the money came from could expose you to serious criminal charges. And that's it for Jamaica Daily Brief for today. If you found today's update helpful, I'd really appreciate if you consider subscribing to the channel